Hey there, welcome to this lesson. We're gonna talk about words, phrases, and idioms about education. Then there would be a dialogue with me and my friend, and we're gonna talk about our education. By the way, I also made the same kind of content for shopping, work, and food and restaurant. You can go to the playlist and also watch them. So let's dive in and start with the words and vocabulary. First ones are freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. They are different grades in university. Freshman is the person who is studying in the first grade. Sophomore, second grade, junior, third grade, and senior, fourth grade. For example, I'm junior student in this university. Next word is playing hooky. If we are playing hooky, it means that we don't attend to our classes and we do something else. For example, usually students in this department playing hooky in the first month. Next one we have a pop quiz. It is a quiz which teacher didn't announce before. You go to the class and out of the blue, teacher give you paper and say, this is a quiz. It's called pop quiz because you didn't know before the class. Then there is a one phrasal verb, pick something up. It means that to learn something. For example, I can't pick English up. It's a little bit difficult. Or don't worry, you will pick it up. Ace a test. It means to get a really good score in one test, one exam. Don't worry, you're gonna ace the test. Next phrasal verb is drop out. It means stop going to university and not studying anymore. For example, Steve Jobs dropped out of Harvard. So it means he was a student there, but he stopped studying. He left the university. Next one is beaver. Beaver, actually it is an animal, but when we call someone beaver, it means so hardworking student, because this animal also is hardworking and industrialized. It means the same for people. And we have the word bookworm. It is synonym of it. We also call hardworking student bookworm. Hit the box. It means studying. For example, I have exam tomorrow. I need to hit the box. Excused absent. You know the meaning of absent. It means not attending to the class. But when it is excused, it means you have a verifiable reason. For example, you were ill and the doctor gave you one report that you can't go to the class. It's called excused absent because you have a logical reason and the universities usually accept it. Next one is assignment. Assignment is exactly our homework. In university, we call it assignment. Rote learning. It means a learning which is based on memorization. For example, our education system is based on rote learning. Go blank. It means that not having any idea or not able to think about anything. For example, during my exam, I went blank. It means nothing came to my mind. The next verb is enroll. It means to register in a university. For example, students need to enroll before September. Elective lesson. We have obligatory lesson that you have to pass them, but we have also some lesson that if you want, you choose this, or if you don't want, there are other options. They are called elective lessons. Keep up with. These phrasal verbs mean to maintain the same level with others. For example, I think I can keep up with B1 class. Then we are gonna talk about type of schools. We have state schools and private schools. I think you know the difference. Private is the one that you have to pay lots of money. And our next words are headmaster, head teacher, or principal. All of them have the same meaning. It means the person who is in charge of school. In other words, school manager. You can call it whatever you want. And then we have tutor. It means a private teacher. And then there is review, which is American, and revise, which is British. They mean that to repeat again your lesson, to again take a look at it and try to remember it. For example, if you don't review these words, you're gonna forget them. Then we have oral exams and written exams. A written exam it means they give you a paper and you have to solve the question or answer them. An oral exam is the one that the teacher asks you question and wants you to answer it. Usually when something is related to words, we call it verbal. For example, verbal argument. But this is the only exception that we use oral for it. The last phrase is distant study. This one means that you don't need to go to university. You stay at home. Maybe you get your lessons online. For exam, just you go to the university and take them. It's called distant studying. Right now, let's switch to our idioms about education. These are so common idioms and you hear them a lot in different places. First one is to cover a lot of ground. It means that it has a wide range of information. For example, our anatomy lecture covers a lot of ground. Next one is to burn the midnight oil. It means that to stay awake until the late into the night and study. Next one is to pull an all-nighter. It means that to don't sleep at all and just studying. For example, our history is so difficult, I think I'm gonna pull an all-nighter and study for it. Next one is pass with flying colors. It means that to be very successful in an exam, a synonym of, we can say, acing a test. Yeah. Next one is teacher's pet. It means a student who is favored by teacher. The teacher likes that person so much. And usually this is not so positive word. Next one is learn something by heart. It means that to memorize something perfectly. For example, I learned physics by my heart. So it means if you after 10 years ask me what was the first rule of Newton, I can remember it. So I learn it by my heart. Have your nose in a book. It means that exactly to be reading. For example, she always has her nose in a book. It means she always reading books. Next one is rack your brain. It means to think very hard about something. For example, in my physics exam, my mind went blank and I had to rack my brain to remember information. Set your heart on something. It means that to really desire something, want to have something. And last one is to put heads together. It means to work together to try solve a problem or come up with an idea. We say put heads together. By the way, you can get free PDF of this lesson plus some question for practice by the link in the description below. To improve yourself in using this book, go to the PDF file and try to answer this question with these new phrases and idioms. Right now, it's time for our dialogue. Let's start. What are you majoring in? I graduated from Tehran University and I hold a bachelor degree in computer programming. You? I'm doing a degree in medicine. Why did you choose to study that? I was into my subject and I thought I would find a good job. Some people chose medicine because they think it is a promising major. They aren't actually interested in it, but you must have passion, interest, and study hard. How do you like your major? Yeah, it is challenging and demanding. I had to do a great deal of study every day in order to catch up with the lessons. Honestly speaking, I wasn't interested in it at first. It wasn't my dream job, but then I grew to like it. Now I have a decent job thanks to my major. How did you do in your test? I was mediocre kind of student. However, I didn't fail any of my exam. Actually, I did pretty well on most of them. Yet, I happened to do poorly on physics and math sometimes. Isn't medicine so difficult? Yeah, I put a lot of time and energy into my lessons. I usually don't put off my lessons until the end of semester. To be frank, I was a lazy student. I waste my time hanging out with my friends and finally I did poorly on my exams. But when I entered university, everything changed and I turned into studious student. Do you prefer life as a student or having a job? There are benefits and drawbacks to both lifestyle. As far as I'm concerned, university life is preferable because back into the university, I didn't have any responsibilities and all I cared about was hanging out with friends and enjoy myself. That was all for this lesson. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Bye.